Greetings everyone, Digital Extremes have released Hotfix 29.10.8. Starting with the game's overall changes, you can now buy market bundles containing single purchase items so long as you don't already own every single purchase item within the bundle, with a note from DE that this fixes the inability to purchase a bundle if you own at least one single purchase item from it. Zephyr's Tornado will no longer propagate incoming projectile damage to the player or friendly allies and agents standing in the vortex, with a note from DE that this fixes players and allies taking damage from projectiles by standing in Tornado even when turbulence is up. They also added acquisition tips to Oberon and Ash's component blueprints as they now live in Railjack, and more updates were made to the chat emoji faces and recruiting emoji. As for the Railjack changes, DE fixed an inability to earn any intrinsic point while being in the Necromech and Operator in Railjack missions. The Railjack ability UI, that being battle mods and more, is now usable when in the artillery. HUD custom colors now apply to the Railjack and Arcwing reticles and Railjack enemies. The enemy cruise ship health bar will now disappear as it explodes, so players know not to shoot it anymore, with a note from DE that they are working on a fix for clients, and they adjusted the Gox arm aiming speeds to be significantly slowed, purely visual, so the arms do not twitch when attempting to lead a target that has very fast acceleration. As for the Railjack fixes, DE fixed the ability to use the tactical menu teleporting function to return to your Railjack while inside a Corpus capital ship, with a note from DE that players must extract from Corpus capital ships in order to successfully complete it. Using the tactical menu teleport isn't intentional for the scenario and resulted in failing a mission and an end of mission screen hardlock. They fixed a functionality loss occurring when attempting to equip a Railjack crew member if you had a lot of converted Kuva liches, the ability to gain energy and lose energy when the pause menu is up and the game is paused in solo mode, a rare crash that could occur when joining a Railjack mission in progress, the point of interest and loot dungeons handing out the same rewards when running consecutive Railjack missions without returning to the dojo in between. They also fixed specific scenarios where the host may not be able to vote if the client chooses the node in the Railjack. The ship killer platform continuing to track and shoot the Railjack after mission completion, the Railjack battle and tactical callouts not updating when swapping between controller, mouse and keyboard. They fixed again the crew, equip, train, etc. options not obeying the menu scale changes, some incorrect Steel Meridian aligned crew idle animations, specific Kuvaliches having a passive in the crew equip screen. They nerfed harmless script errors that could occur when flying away from a defensive objective in a Railjack mission, a script error related to a Railjack enemy patrol behavior, script error that could occur if you got out of the Railjack slingshot immediately upon entering, and they fixed a harmless script error that could occur if you pressed the dry dock console at exactly the right moment while the Railjack you were invited to started to launch. As for the optimizations, DE made micro optimizations to dojo loading, to the world state window, to a crew management interface, to opening the navigation screen, to the code that handles Zephyr's tornadoes absorbing damage. They also made optimizations to particle effects that could occur outside the active area. As for the game's overall fixes, DE fixed a bug that would break the exploiter orb hunts and missing objective text, a live lock that could occur when visiting extremely complex and highly decorated dojos, the end of mission screen becoming stuck on screen when attempting to reconnect with the squad before loading back to the orbiter, failing the assassination bounty bonus on the plains of Eidolon if you drew the target out in less than a minute but didn't kill him until after a minute. They fixed modular item rank ups not being tracked in the profile properly, the world state window above navigation showing events that had recently been completed within 2 hours, pet companions being overly fixated on finishing combat before they are capable of switching to follow and teleport behaviors, crashes that could occur in a script code involving a certain pattern, new emotes not displaying in the in-game market when searching for emote, the skybox for Europa being full of visible square holes, a script error when Zaku's passive triggers when casting Atlas's Tectonic, and a script error that could occur if someone shot into Zephyr's tornado right as the Zephyr respawned. And lastly, they fixed a harmless error that would occur at various stages in the Silver Grove quest. That was Hotfix 29.10.8 on PC.